Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, man, flock nation. What's good with y'all? What's good, man? It's Monday morning, probably May 12th, I believe. I just really want to rap to y'all. It ain't nothing, no new news, nothing like that. I just want to rap to y'all because I keep hearing, I ain't gonna say heard, I keep hearing the same old bullshit towards the front office in regards to protection of Lamar from Ravens content creators, and I'm getting tired of it. So they gonna keep uploading little bullshit, little soft, little punk shit like that, and don't want to bring nobody on that's really gonna stand 10 toes down on information. If y'all can't handle debates, just say that. Because I'm always in the comments. I'm always trying to figure out why the fuck y'all be talking crazy and don't have no proof or facts. But then want to challenge people saying, you guys, tell me how you feel in the comments. And then motherfuckers tell you how you feel in the comments. You don't want to really get down to the nitty gritty. You got one sentence answers and shit. You feel me? One word answers and shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. So without further ado, let's just really dive into it, man. I got time, man. So the running theme from these said people is the Ravens franchise has not done enough to support Lamar. And then they double down and say, well, look, EDC said it. EDC also said Hollywood was going to stay a Raven. EDC also said we never know what's going to happen in this draft in regards to Mark Andrews and where'd the Hollywood Brown go. You feel me? So if you want to sit there and believe everything this motherfucker said, go right ahead. No disrespect to EDC, but don't sit there and try to, 1 minute you call their friend, 1 minute, like, it's like, I know people like this. You can hear them give their opinion, and then when you give straight facts, reality, actual scenarios and situations to choose answers and examples off of, they'll say the opposite. But like, well, that's not what you said about this situation. Well, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to get a straight answer out of them. You're never going to sit there and truly get a honest answer from them. You know what I'm saying? I know people like this. That's why it does me no justice to comment to them, to get in the comments. So this is what I be doing. Y'all give me inspiration. And for real, the real inspiration came from my dog Dre. Shouts out to my dog Dre Mears, all that. You feel me? All the subs, everybody tuning in, watching right now. Shouts out to y'all too, man. So that's the running thing with these people that got such an issue with the front office. They didn't do enough to support Lamar. This is what they say. And again, they'll use EDC as an example to prove whatever that means. So let's go back into the history of Ravens. I can only give you information from the Flacco era up until now. Not that I don't have prior to, but it's not going to do any justice for the argument. So Flacco was the longest tenured QB we've had thus far, right? So when you go through the draft years under Ozzie, nobody knew when they drafted Flacco what he was going to become. Now, you could sit here and argue and say, oh, well, they could have still got a legit number one wide receiver. It wasn't a need to at that point in time. If I'm not mistaken, Derek Mason was still on the team. Mark Clayton was still on the team. And then at some point in time, Anquan Bolden was acquired. But draft-wise, it wasn't a need to do that, right? Ozzie got his own formula, whatever. So, as the years go on, Ozzie, in my opinion, Ozzie was more geared towards building the team. It wasn't necessarily specified to Joe Flacco's skill set, because we don't know what he's going to be. He was filling holes and concerns and needs on different positions. And EDC does the same thing. But EDC, and keep in mind we're in a different day and age, but EDC has a little more finesse in his. And I don't mean that finesse as in finesse 2 times or finessing the system. I'm saying finesse as in he got a little more swag with his. So during the years of the Flacco years, you really can't say on one hand you could say they didn't build enough around Flacco, but on the other hand you could say they did, because they was drafted needs, and not every last one of them picks worked out. A lot of them didn't work out versus the ones that did, but the ones that did, they were really good and serviceable. One name, Kelechi Osemele. You feel me? One name, what the hell was his name? Damn, Marshall Yonder. You feel me? And it's so you got to keep in mind what type of QB you have, and to say Ozzie didn't build around Joe is a lazy statement. It's more so Ozzie didn't get quality players, is what you can say. And again, Ozzie, even though despite Ozzie being an offensive player in his time in days, a lot of his draft picks was geared towards defense. And again, it's not to say a lot of his picks didn't work out, but in my opinion, a lot of them didn't work out more than they did. Neither here nor there, whatever the scenarios may be. That was Ozzie's tenure while with Flacco. And if you're going to sit here and tell me Ozzie didn't hit on a few key players, I'd have to disagree. This is important too. So, if I'm not mistaken, they said Flacco brought on one of his old receivers. I don't know if it was David Reed or Tandon Dawes, one or the other, but they were drafted, okay? They were fucking drafted, and they were fucking trash. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind, right? What got us to the Super Bowl was a stellar defense led by Ray and Ed, however you want to switch it, and Quan Bolden, who only needed 4 touchdowns that whole season to really get us over the hump. Our older vet wide receiver, Ray Rice, a draft pick that Ozzie did. Pretty sure Pitta was around by then. So, another draft pick. Torrey Smith, another draft pick. And if you sit here and say Torrey wasn't elite, you out your fucking mind. The nigga won 2 Super Bowls with 2 separate teams. You feel me? So, again, fast forward. When we look at EDC, a lot of people will sit there and say they didn't build around Lamar. But when you put draft versus draft from Ozzie to EDC so early in the game, EDC, you could see the effort on paper. I've been saying this for the longest since he been on the fucking team, despite my personal feelings about him. And he's not a bad person. But Rashad Bateman was the best wide receiver available at the pick that we got him. I always say this. So there's no excuse why people don't bring this up. And here's the big one. Marquise Brown. If I'm not mistaken, Marquise Brown was chosen because of Lamar. Lamar had a say in that. Nobody says this, though. Nobody talks about how Lamar wanted Hollywood and that Hollywood bailed on Lamar. But somehow EDC takes the blame for that. You feel me? And that gave EDC whole image of black eye for real. You know what I'm saying? Because his disgruntledness made it seem like we don't know what the fuck we doing. When in actuality, I've been said this, watch Hollywood not have the same success once he leave here. And what happened? You feel me? So that went the way it did. Mark Andrews was drafted in the same draft as Lamar. Then people said, well, they really didn't want to draft Lamar. First off, again, same shit with Flacco. You don't know what's going to happen. And they didn't want to just up and just kick Flacco out the picture. I was ready for the turn for them to do that, but that don't mean that they are. So they still wanted to have optimism for what Flacco could do. So that's what Hayden Hurst was drafted for. He was not drafted for Lamar. Hayden Hurst was not drafted for Lamar. Hayden Hurst was drafted for the development or the what's the word I want to say? Longevity. Hayden Hurst was drafted for the longevity in hopes of the longevity of Flacco. It didn't happen. You feel me? And that's why he didn't even stay on the team long. If you notice, pay attention to his age. His age, he was older than Lamar, low-key, if I'm not mistaken. He was older than Lamar, so how he gonna grow with Lamar? Come on, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't sitting here jumping the back for EDC or Harms or nobody. I'm just stating facts off what happened. No emotions involved. This is just straight facts. We got to remove your emotions from the equation. Lamar's a grown-ass man, yo. Everybody on that field is a grown-ass man. Ain't no reason to be sitting here making excuses for it, yo. We lost. We got to move on. We got to sit here and get back in the lab and figure out what we need to do to get over the hump. End of story. Niggas sitting here pointing fingers at EDC and talking about he can't draft, he not building around Lamar. What the fuck are you talking about? If we kept, no bullshit, now that I think about it, if we kept Ozzy, we'd have been fucked. We would have been fucked, okay? Then y'all can have y'all argument, but this ain't that. EDC drafted a lot of quality players. What fucked us up was the goddamn system. And even despite the system, it came down to what exactly it came down to in just the last playoff game. Dumbass play calls at the wrong fucking time. People want to shit on Huntley. Why the fuck was Huntley doing the fucking QB sneak at the goal line? We'll never know. We niggas shitted on Mark about the drop touchdown and a fucking 2-point conversion. Why the fuck was Mark out there for that situation? We'll never know. We got 6 carries in the playoffs. Why the fuck we only had 6 carries? We'll never know. You feel me? It's the same shit. Don't sit there and tell me it's because of the fucking roster. And I ain't saying we can't improve, because we damn sure did. But don't sit there and give me that bullshit ass excuse talking about EDC can't draft, EDC can't do this, EDC can't do that. Now I will say, just as good as he is, he will fuck up sometimes. Hey, can't be perfect. He will fuck up sometimes. I will say that. But all in all, since the Flacco era, EDC has hit on a lot of motherfucking draft picks, way more than Ozzy has. Let me be more specific. Ozzy in the Flacco era is not fucking with EDC in the Lamar era. So I don't want to hear he don't have no fucking help. He got more help than Flacco ever had. Okay? Ever. Y'all don't want to have that conversation though. It ain't about the fucking team and who's on the fucking team. It got everything to do with them fucking play calls and executing in the biggest moment and who to rely on in the biggest moment. That's it. That's it, yo. Cut that shit out, man. Niggas doing too much, yo. Niggas talking on shit that they don't know nothing about, don't want to give details, don't want to explain, don't want to have opposing opinions or opposing minds on their platform. Just want to hear motherfuckers that's just going to sit there and agree, nod, ask questions, or say, yeah. Well, yeah, I trust me. I get what you're saying. They're doing it for views. Like, y'all corny as shit, bro. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all watch what y'all watch. I don't give two fucks. I'm just putting this video out there for the purposes of setting the fucking record straight. EDC, keep doing your fucking thing, man. I can't wait to see what this draft class got to offer. I think this is one of the best draft classes, top to bottom, drafted and undrafted, I have seen from the Ravens since maybe Lamar draft, low-key. So, great job, EDC. Can't wait to see and hear what we got in store in the next coming months. Just from the rookies and all that, man. So, shouts out to y'all if y'all stayed watching the video this long. Shouts out to my dog Dre. Inspire me to make this video, man, because motherfucker be talking I just crazy on this joint, man. Just crazy. It didn't say get in the comments, drop a comment, drop a like, all the extra shit. No, motherfucker, drop that motherfucking stream link so niggas can join and call y'all out on that bullshit. That's what y'all need to do. That's what y'all need to motherfucking do. Scary asses. And just to set the record straight too, because I don't be getting enough credit on this motherfucker. And I ain't talking about these fucking videos, okay? I was the first one with these motherfucking glasses. Now all of a sudden I see all these fucking famous people with these bitches, okay? These motherfuckers is over 2 years, 3 years old, yo. 2 years, 3 years old. These bitches, come on, stop playing. Stop playing. Pay some motherfucking homage, yo. Okay? Y'all not gonna keep stealing swag. I'm about to start charging y'all motherfuckers, man. For real, bro. It's 2025. I need my munyon. I need my munyon. Swear to God on my mama. You feel me? But yeah, man. Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, flock nation, man. I'ma holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe out here. Y'all protect yourselves. Protect y'all energy, man. And I'm out.